Okay, so we're back, and I'm just going to, I've done the scripting as you saw. I've just got one of my little porcelain bowls, and I'm just going to do a little bit of gold. Now this one is antique rich gold with pigment. It's a Jo Sonja's. It has a velvet matte finish. Jo Sonja's is what I'm using. I've shaken it really, really well. And I think I'm going to just do the, you know, I think I could change my mind at any time though. But I think I'm just going to see how the stamping goes. And I just sort of cut a couple of little stencils. They're some of my favorites. And I'm just going to break it up, but I will just test it first because I don't want it to be, and I don't want it to be everywhere. I just actually want a bit of unevenness about it. Could do a stamp, use ink too, if you wanted to make it like a clearer sort of a thing. I don't really want it to be too clear. I just want the sense of it. I'm using the other, can you even see that? I'm using, of course you can't, I'm not even on camera anymore. Sorry. So I've used the dabbing side, but then I use the other side of it to just get that excess off, and also the paper if I think I've got too much on there. Just that, and then I might put one at the top with the back of the fork. Just takes off that little piece that's on the other side of the stencil. So that's all I'm doing. I think that's its final, you know, little bits. Until I put the ends on, which I let this dry and then I'll put the ends on. Okay, catch you then. Okay, last stages of this is putting the ends on, whether it's this bamboo or a scroll or the one that I've showed you recently of the handmade scrolls you can make, or even just a piece of wood, whatever scroll end you want to put on. This particular version is just adding these pieces of gorgeous cork tape. So I'm adding them in, I think it's 3.5 centimeters in high and 4.5 centimeters from the edge. So I'm actually going to put some PVA first of all on those and glue them down and leave them overnight before I stitch, because I'm stitching here and I will stitch the actual stick in place also. But I would like this one to be removable. I think this is going to be so that I can actually roll it up maybe and post it to someone. So this is a little bit different to my other ones. But anyway, this is what I'm going to do, and I will see you when I've done that, and then I'll show you the rest. So I just thought I'd show you, I measure in the 1, 2, 3, 4, and whatever it is that you've actually, you know, measured on the other side, 4 1/4, 4 1/2. Then putting glue on the bottom of this piece and on the top of this piece, keeping them like that. Then I'll just line that line up. Throw a ruler in there and go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yep, perfect. Making sure it's nice and straight, and then I throw a peg on each side till it dries, like so. Hi everybody. Okay, so last part of the scroll. I have done some work on the edges with a bit of ink just to make sure that there's no white marks showing up, and as you know, I glued these down, and I'm just actually sewing around the edge of it. Now if you had a sewing machine, you could just do this with a sewing machine, really. Well, depending on obviously what you're putting through. If it becomes a bit difficult, I've been fine, except now it's on a, I just get the pin make to the tool, hole making tool. I think it's a leather tool, and just start through the cork and pull it through. But it has been actually quite easy. I haven't really had to make that many marks. And then go through the one where you started after you've gone all the way around, and that just secures it just that little bit more, you know. And knot it at the back. Now, because I like it the translucent on the window, or you know, wherever you're going to put it somewhere, they do say that it will, if you're obviously putting it on the window, it would fade. If you're putting it on the wall, but with a white, even with a white wall behind it, it would be perfect, because you'd still be able to see the translucent areas much more. As I'll give you an example here, with a white wall behind it, you can actually see. With a dark wall, not so much, but with a, you know, a light coloured wall, you'll be able to see all the work that you've done on your pieces behind it when you're hanging it on the wall. So that's what I'm going to do to all of them. Now I also got the last pieces of these is a bit thicker, this piece of bamboo, and I cut it in half because it was, you know, a bit long, and I think that this end is probably pretty much where I'm going. I'm not going to go, I will take an overall video of this. Now I was going to stitch in here. Now if it was mine and I was keeping it permanently, I probably might stitch there, or I could use a tack. The other suggestion I have is these are upholstery tacks that I'm putting, but they're a little bit, these ones are a little bit big, but they're just an upholstery tack or some sort of tack. Could have a little tiny tack in the bottom of there, even a tiny little nail, and that would, you know, permanently hold it there. This one is actually going to be posted, so I'm not doing that. I'm actually going to finish it, and then I'm going to put the 2 scrolls in the middle and roll it round for postage. So when it's completely finished, I will do that, but I will take a video of it before I send it off. All right, okay. You take care of yourselves. I look forward to seeing you next time I'm on the YouTube. Bye.